What's up, everybody? Justin here. Hope you're having a good week. This is a new end of the year show, countdown show, also because it's close to December, close to the end of 2018. So it's an end of the year, not really an end of the year show. It's more of a show talking about 2019 and what I think should happen with these 10 great, pretty damn good talents. So here we go. It is a new countdown. The 10 talents, my opinion, 10 talents that should be sent to NXT in 2019. Now, I understand NXT might only have a 1 hour show, but they also have NXT UK. You could send some of the main roster talent also to NXT UK. Why the hell not? I mean, every Wednesday you got 1 hour of NXT and 2 hours of NXT UK just about every week. And eventually, maybe in 2019, when WWE goes to Fox in October, NXT might go to FS1. And I think in 2019 or 2020, we're going to see NXT probably go to 2 hours. And maybe even on FS1, NXT might even go live every week. Who knows what the future holds? Because in my opinion, NXT is still a very, very hot on straight fire brand. It's really damn good every single week. Their TV's always good. And their storylines. And how Triple H books it, or whoever books it, whoever writes the show. I heard Shawn Michaels has been writing a lot of NXT TV. Well, whoever writes NXT TV, round of applause to you, because you book NXT. NXT is booked like a pro wrestling show, not sports entertainment. So here we go. 10 talents from the main roster that I would send to NXT in 2019. And all these talents have been part of the NXT brand in the past. Number 10. The perfect 10. Ty Dillinger. Where the fuck has he been? I know he's on SmackDown like a month ago, doing segments with R-Truth. Kinda had a small feud with Randy Orton, got beat up, at least was attacked by Orton. It's hanging around R-Truth, and then they absolutely on the main roster have nothing for Ty Dillinger. It is sad, so sad, that they've done nothing with him. Nothing with him on the main roster. I believe once he might have got a U.S. title shot or something. He's been a part of SmackDown brand. The guy got a big time reaction when he debuted on the main roster, but WWE doesn't care. A lot of these 10 talents, I feel WWE doesn't care about them anymore. And I'll tell you why. Because they have too much talent. They have way too much talent. And a lot of this talent they try to use and put them on TV. And I'm sure they get to work a lot of live events. But still, they have nothing for them. They are doing absolutely nothing with them on the main roster. They're making all these 10 talents I'm going to name. And Ty Dillinger's number 10. All of them. They book like they don't give a damn about them. And so then the fans start to not care about a lot of these talents. A lot of these talents, I'll admit it, I lost interest in a lot of them. I like them all. I still like them all. One of them is a woman that I really still really love, and I'm a big fan of her. But seriously, a lot of these talents, they just gave up on pushing them, or they put them in shitty storylines, or they gave them nothing for the fans to get behind them, or they just stopped using them and they treat them as mid-carders. And a lot of them are, they probably would put on just the main event. And I haven't watched a WWE main event in like 2.5 years. Anyways, number 10, Ty Dillinger, the perfect 10. Well, on the main roster, the guy's a negative 10 because he's been horribly used. The guy's super underutilized, really badly misused. Ty Dillinger deserves a lot better. The guy was great in NXT. Watch his takeover matches. Watch his matches on NXT TV. The fans cared about the guy because he's booked well. Everybody, all these 10 talents were booked damn good in the right way in NXT. And you could say the main roster misusing them to not their full potential. You could say me saying the main roster has too much talent, that is an excuse. And that is an excuse. That is not a good excuse, in my opinion. I'm arguing against what I said. I'm talking about the main roster and Vince and all the stupid writers that write for him that probably never grew up wrestling fans, never watched it, or probably a bunch of dumbass Hollywood idiots that wrote for, I don't know, wrote for stupid TV shows that nobody cared about. Anyways, they shouldn't even have writers that aren't fans of wrestling. They shouldn't even hire them. That's my opinion. Because the shows would be better if everybody was a big fan. Or don't even bring in Hollywood writers. Just bring in writers that were former wrestlers. Let them be the damn writers and bookers. So number 10, Ty Dillinger. Send him to NXT. I feel bad for the poor bastard. I really do. Number 9, Andrade C. Almas, whatever. The guy's barely put on SmackDown, and it's not his fault. SmackDown has a lot of talent. You can't get all of them on a 2-hour show, especially when they only have like 3 or 4 matches every SmackDown. Andrade C. Almas. I forgot how to say the guy's name because I barely ever think about him. It's hard to remember he's still even with the company because he's so badly used. Not used enough, not pushed enough. Just really underutilized. Almas, maybe if I was him, I'd ask for my release, go back to Mexico. Unless he's making huge money, I would go back to Mexico, work for AAA or CMLL, or go to New Japan or Ring of Honor, or Impact. Impact Wrestling, I guarantee you, would use Almas a lot better. And a lot of these talents, any other company would use them better. It's not these talents' fault. Again, a lot of them are not put on the shows enough because WWE does have too much talent, but that's not an excuse. There's just lazy, dumbass writers. And Vince McMahon, I don't know why he's not a fan of any of these 10 talents that I'm naming. So number 9, Almost send them back to NXT or NXT UK, please. I feel bad for the poor bastard. I'll probably say that about everybody because I do feel bad for them. All these wrestlers are tremendous talents. If they're not good at promos, who cares? A lot of them can work and are great wrestlers. I don't care if a guy can cut a promo or not, really, as long as he's a great worker. And I understand if you want to be a top star, you got to talk, you got to look good, and you got to be able to wrestle. And you got to have the look that Vince McMahon really likes, or he just becomes a fan of yours because you make him tons of money. Number 8, sanity. I feel like I'm going to lose my sanity every time they're on TV. Because, or I don't know if that even makes sense, to lose my sanity. I feel like I'm going to lose my mind when they're put on TV because they're usually put in a tag match, 8-man tag, or Survivor Series elimination tag. Sanity is barely used. It's god awful how they've been booked and not used enough on SmackDown Live. And use some other damn tag teams. I tweeted out on Tuesday night during SmackDown, push other tag teams other than Usos, New Day, and The Bar. Start pushing Sanity and put them in the damn mix to go after the tag titles. You gotta push some new teams. I don't get it. A lot of these talents from NXT are great. They were awesome in NXT. And they could have been awesome on the main roster. But they were never booked good. I don't know why Vince really must hate NXT and all their talent. Because none of them have been pushed great. Except for a few of the women. So, number 8 is Sanity, Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane. I think they are a great trio. They're great together. Bring Nikki Cross with them to SmackDown. She could add a lot to their characters. But I don't know why they're barely ever put on TV. I like Sanity. They have a great look. They have a great theme. I like their characters. And they were really good in NXT. It's just, on the main roster, a lot of these names I'm giving you, a lot of these names you're gonna probably say they suck, and it's not their fault. The main roster books them for the fans to not give a fuck about them. So don't blame the talent and say the talent sucks. They don't. All these talents are great. I'm a fan of them. But obviously Vince McMahon and whoever, somebody should get in his fucking ear every day and say, push all these talents. You need to push newer, different talents than you got. You can't just keep pushing Roman, Brock, Drew, Dolph, and Seth, and Daniel Bryan, and AJ Styles. That's the only guys you push in the main event. So, number 7. And I'm not complaining. This is off topic, but I'm not going to complain about AJ Styles or Daniel Bryan or Brock Lesnar as the main event because I'm a fan of theirs. I'm a fan of Seth Rollins. That guy should really be Universal Champion right now, but he's not. He's the Intercontinental Champ that doesn't defend him enough. So number 7, Ember Moon. She's great. She's great theme, great entrance, great character. According to Impact Wrestling Knockout, Kiera Hogan, she claimed Ember stole her gimmick. I don't know if that's true, but it's possible that Kiera Hogan was doing that gimmick first. She does have the fiery red hair, just like Ember Moon has some red hair. Or I believe it's at the end of her hair is dyed red. So, anyways, Ember Moon, send her to NXT. This show is a new countdown. By the way, 10 talents I would send to NXT in 2019. And Ember Moon is one of them. She's booked like the company absolutely has no plans for her to be in the title picture. They don't want to push her. They just want her there. In a lot of weeks, she's not even put on TV. She's probably used on Main Event, but I don't watch Main Event. I don't know. And I don't really care. Maybe Ember's happy. Maybe a lot of these talents are happy. They're getting paid good money. But they're being horribly, horribly underutilized. And not used to their full potential. Ember Moon probably already should have been a women's champion. Or at least in a Main Event picture on pay-per-views. Sanity should already been tag champions. That's what I would have done. Or I would have had them been booked to come in, destroy, take out everybody on the main roster every week. On SmackDown, just take people out. And get the tag titles. Andrade Almas. Or Almas. I would have had that guy probably win the U.S. title already. And be in the Main Event picture. Ty Dillinger could have been a U.S. champion already. Number 7, Ember Moon. Send her to NXT. I feel so bad for her. There's no way in hell Ember Moon's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble, so I don't see her getting pushed in 2019 at all. Number 6, this guy did get an opportunity. I will say that. He did get an opportunity on the main roster when he debuted. First ever match. Not the first ever match on the main roster, but he defeated Roman on a Monday Night Raw. Went to SummerSlam to get a Universal title shot against Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor won. The Demon King at SummerSlam defeated Rollins, won the Universal title, and sadly the next night on Raw, it was such a disappointment. It wasn't his fault, but it was a big letdown to the fans. I'm a fan of Finn Balor. It was a big letdown. The guy had to give up the title because he's injured. Had to vacate the title. I believe he's out from August to February 2017. He hasn't been really injured since. He's been on the road well over a year. Over a year, I believe. Well over a year. He's been on the road and never has gotten injured again. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Finn Balor. Every time he comes out on Raw, they put him in a feud with Corbin. Nobody gave a fuck. They just keep putting him in mid-card matches. Nobody gives a damn about if he's up against Jinder or jobbing to Drew McIntyre or jobbing to Corbin or now Yeah, Finn Balor jobbing to Drew. Getting beat up by Dolph or Drew and Lashley. Finn Balor, the guy's super over. If they start pushing him for like the next 1 or 2 or 3 months, the fans would get totally behind him. He could be really popular. He could even be more popular. The guy would probably be even more popular if he's a demon a bit more. I don't know why they don't want to push him. My guess is Vince doesn't trust him. Thinks he'll get injured on him. That he's injury prone. I don't know. Maybe he is. Doesn't matter. Give him a shot. Give him an opportunity to be the main event guy on Raw. But they won't. Number 6, Finn Balor, the poor bastard. Send him to NXT in 2019. Number 5, Nakamura. I know he's the U.S. champion, but no one cares about him. The fans just don't care about him anymore. They don't give him any reaction. I know he's a heel, and he did have a very good match with Rollins, but of course they were going to have a good match. They were given a lot of time. It was on a pay-per-view. On SmackDown Live, they just do absolutely nothing with Nakamura. They did put him in a main event feud in the title picture against AJ, but it went on forever and ever and won't fucking end. And yeah, it was funny. The Nakamura nut shots over and over to AJ Styles. That was great. But after 2 or 3 months, nobody cared. The guy's hitting low blows and he's still losing to AJ Styles behind the ref's back. He lost in a last man standing. Lost in I don't even remember all the matches they had, but he lost in every single match against AJ. And I don't understand Vince. The guy never wants to push awesome, great Japanese talent. Never does. Want to give him a world title. I mean, why have Nakamura win the Royal Rumble to just have him job over and over and over and over to AJ? It was stupid. Stupid booking. So they're not going to push Nakamura ever again, I doubt it, in the main event picture. Hopefully the one Japanese talent they start really pushing is Asuka. I hope. Because she deserves it, because she's fucking awesome. So number 5, send Nakamura back to NXT. The poor bastard. Nobody cares about him on the main roster. And it's not his fault. Look what they did after he lost to AJ, I believe. And Nakamura was put in a feud with fucking Jinder. That was sad. Or Nakamura, I can't even remember. Nakamura took on Jinder, I believe, for the WWE title, and the guy lost. Pathetic. Jinder is a guy, they shouldn't send him back to NXT. They should send him packing and give him a damn pink slip, because I'm sorry, Jinder sucks. I'm not a fan of his. Never will be. And I don't understand how anybody could be a fan of Jinder. Number 4, Bayley. Send Bayley back to NXT. Push her in NXT. Get the fans behind her again. She was so over. Watch her matches in NXT. Watch her takeover matches. She was so goddamn organically over. The fans loved Bayley. I was at a live event of NXT in 2016, and Bayley was so over. When her music hit, the place exploded. Went nuts. Bayley was the most over woman WWE had before Becky. but they brought the main roster and ruined it. They ruined Bayley. Now they got Bayley doing tag matches with Sasha over and over and over, tag matches, or putting her in singles matches to defeat Alicia, Fox, or Dana Brooke. Very sad. Oh my God. I'm getting angry. Not just sad. The downfall of Bayley. I don't know how could you mess up Bayley on the main roster? She was so goddamn over. I did like they had her win the Raw Women's title on a Raw before WrestleMania. I was okay with it. Even though it would have been better if she won at WrestleMania, but still, Bayley did go into WrestleMania 33, I think. Bayley went into WrestleMania 33 as a women's champ. That was cool. But after, I'll tell you how they really buried Bayley when they had her lose. Singapore cane match on a pole to Alexa. That was pathetic. Somebody, Vince, or whoever writes for Bayley, wake up. She is money. She was money in NXT. You could say some of the most over names in NXT history. Definitely Bayley's one of them. Asuka's another one. Finn Balor was another one. Nakamura, Bobby Roode, they were super over also in NXT. But number 4 is Bayley. Send her to NXT. Triple H has said in an interview he wants to use some of the main roster talent on NXT live events because he knows they're not being used. Do that with Bayley. Because on the main roster, they got absolutely nothing for Bayley. Nothing. And it's pathetic. Because I love Bayley. I love her. I mean, her personality's great. You can tell in real life she's a super nice, great, sweet person. Great to her fans. But then she has to go to work every Monday, every pay-per-view, and they got nothing for her. For anybody to get behind her again. Number 3, The Ascension. They should have been released already, but I'm not going to say they should be fired. Jinder, you should be fired. But The Ascension, I don't wish them to get fired. And I don't think they should be fired. Send The Ascension back to NXT. Build them up again. And Triple H could do it. And the fans would probably pop in Full Sail. They would pop for any talent that used to be in NXT. If they return, they'd get a huge pop. So the Ascension have absolutely been a joke on the main roster. In NXT, they were booked really good, and they were a pretty goddamn awesome, dominant tag team because they were booked right. Number 2, The Revival. How could you mess up The Revival? I don't know. They are such a great tag team. They work so well together. They have great chemistry. They're great technical wrestlers. They're a modern day Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. The Revival has been so underutilized. It's pathetic. Revival should have been tag team champions a long time ago. I understand they did get injured on the main roster. One of them broke his jaw, the other tore his bicep. But they're healthy. They've been healthy for months and months. And you give them absolutely jack shit. Don't push them at all. That's the problem with WWE now. I still love it. And I will be loyal to WWE probably for life. Unless they go out of business, which I doubt they would. But their problem is they don't push other talents. They don't push enough other talents that were NXT originals. They don't push them, and they should. That's why the main roster, the men, the guys, nobody cares about one storyline that the guys are in. The hottest thing going in WWE is the women, the women's division. That's the hottest thing. That's all I really care about. I care about other wrestlers, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, AJ. I care about those guys, and I enjoy watching them. Jeff Hardy, I enjoy watching. Samoa Joe, I enjoy watching. Braun Strowman. I even like Drew McIntyre. I hate Baron Corbin. The guy's so goddamn boring. He puts me to sleep. Get him off TV and get him to not be general manager anymore. I hope Alexa Bliss, I hope they go with this storyline. Alexa Bliss keeps flirting with Corbin to just get her way and take the GM away from him. I hope that happens. And Alexa breaks Corbin's heart, or turns on him, and stabs him in the back to be GM. Please do that. Because Corbin sucks as a GM. Alexa Bliss would be a lot better. And 10 million times better to look at also. Because I'm tired of looking at Corbin, ugly Uncle Fester looking bastard. Anyways, send the revival to NXT, the poor bastards. Number one. The number one talent that needs to be sent to NXT in 2019, Apollo Crews. Send Apollo to NXT. You've done nothing with him. You barely use him on TV. He was put in the primetime players, Titus Worldwide. Titus Worldwide he was put in. And I thought they were going to actually push them with Dana Brooke. I thought they were going to push them, but they just stopped. Apollo's been misused, underutilized, not booked well, like they don't give a fuck about him. He's pushed badly on SmackDown. He's been really pushed badly on Raw. The guy's barely ever on Raw. So number one, send Apollo Crews to NXT, the poor bastard. He's probably miserable. If I was him, I'd be miserable. Unless I was making a ton of money. So this ends my new countdown. I'm pretty drained from this show because it's goddamn frustrating that these 10 talents that I named have not been used better or pushed better. The guy that's got the biggest push out of all of them for the longest time would probably be Nakamura. But again, nobody cares about what they do with him anymore. Because you treat Nakamura and Finn Balor and Bayley, those are the three best names that have probably been pushed the most on the main roster. You booked them like you didn't give a fuck about them or their characters or their fans. Just booked them like they're garbage. A lot of weeks they don't even get booked on TV. Or in the past, they didn't get booked. So you treat them three like just garbage, like their fans don't matter, or you don't care that they have fans. I don't know what the hell Vince thinks. But that's just a real disgrace. That Finn Balor, Bayley, Nakamura have not been pushed more and pushed better. Those three, God, I hope they're being paid big, huge money. Because if I was them, I'd be so goddamn frustrated. I'd want my release. And I love WWE. I am loyal to WWE. My name on Twitter is at WWE NXT Guy. I am loyal. I am a hardcore fan of WWE. But they really frustrate me with not pushing all these talents that they should have pushed a lot better by now. This ends my new countdown. Top 10 talents that should be sent to NXT in 2019. What are your top 10 talents you would send to NXT? Tell me them in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at WWE NXT Guy. Bye for now.